Hi everyone, I hope you're all okay. I'm doing really well. I wanted to talk today about how things are sort of like interweaved and all our lives are woven together and we don't really know, you think it's coincidence, but when you put it all together and you look at it properly, it's because we're all connected, and especially when you're trying to help other people, you'll see opportunities come up and things like that, maybe that you didn't think of before. You think that they're coincidences, but no, not really. It's all there. Sort of, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it really. But yeah, an example. My daughter asked me to go and take her TV off her bedroom wall and put it onto her front room wall. Flat screen TV that's on this bracket thing. So I said, yeah, I'll go down. And she was like, I've got some friends coming over at 2:30. So I was like, okay, fair enough. Shall I bring my tarot cards? Because I have in the past done readings for her friends and her and my daughter, but it freaked my daughter out, so she doesn't like the cards anymore. Only because they told her the same thing twice, and the second time her dog picked the cards and picked the same cards as her first reading. So yeah, it freaks her out a bit. But yeah, that's just the universe saying, pay attention. Look, you're still in the same cycle. Get it sorted. She doesn't like being told what to do. Yeah, she knows her own mind. She's very strong, but very stubborn. Yeah, but yeah. So she said no. So I packed up the stuff, and then I thought, do you know what? I'm going to take them anyway, because really, she might be scared of them, but her friends might not be, and they might appreciate a reading. I mean, I knew the name of one of her friends that was going, but I didn't know anybody else that would be there. One of her friends has wanted to meet me, so yeah, and she was going to be there. So, she might like a reading, and if anybody else is there that wants one, they can have one. So I took 3 decks with me, and she had her friends there. One of them was called Earth, and he's from Thailand, I think he is from. He was born over there, but brought over to England when he was 14. So I didn't actually mean to bring out the cards straight away. When I pulled out the drill for making the holes in her front room wall, it pulled out the deck of cards that Jade didn't like. The Moonology cards. She doesn't like them at all because they just basically told her to stop sulking twice. So yeah, obviously I said to her, I wasn't going to say straight away. I didn't know whether to bring them out or not, but obviously the universe wants me to show you straight away. And her friend Earth was like, oh yeah, I'd love a reading. So I purposefully, because my daughter loves anime, I purposefully took these Kitsune Oracle deck that I've got. Beautiful, beautiful cards. And I thought if I was going to sway my daughter into having a reading again, maybe she could enjoy something that she likes, because these are, I've only just found out that these are some of the characters in the Pokemon series are based on the foxes from the Kitsune, from the mythological foxes. They hold a lot of wisdom, and there's different sort of like variations of them. As they grow, they earn more tails. They're more wiser and older, and I think at the end they get sort of like 9 tails. They can grow up to 9 tails, and they can shapeshift and things like that. So yeah, it was actually Earth that told me how to pronounce Kitsune properly, and he was already understanding of. He already had an understanding of them. So yeah, I gave I gave him a reading. I was actually not going to bother because after I put up the TV, my back was absolutely killing. I was going to take the bus home, and I saw how disappointed he was, and I thought, oh. I said to him, I'll pull you one card. I'll pull one card out the deck. And he was like, oh, go on then. So I shuffled the deck, and a few popped out all at once. There was 3 cards. And it was weird because I know you're supposed to be intuitive and you can be intuitive and read parts of the card and then sort of like explain what you think they mean. I mean, I've only used these cards a few times, so I don't know the meanings. So, yeah, these cards popped out, and I looked at the bottom card of the deck as well, which is like a last final message from the universe, sort of like to round it all up. And I was well away into this translation of these cards. I was getting tingles all over and everything. It was really weird. And after I'd finished, he was like, wow. Well, yeah, you've just explained everything in my life at the moment. All my thoughts, feelings and everything. And I was like, I've not even started yet. We've not even read the meanings of the cards. But it just all coincided with what I said. Every single card related to everything that I'd said all the way through. You know, and how he was feeling about himself, his situation, his life, you know, his culture. His home country and that and everything, and yeah, I think I give him a bit of an eye opener and also a bit of validation, and hopefully a feeling that he's been seen where he hasn't been seen for, well, since he can remember. But yeah, I thought I'd give myself a reading today. So I've had a card that sort of like jumped out at me, and I'm supposed to pay attention to those, very much so. But it's actually one that I glanced when I first took the cards out of the deck. And the cat's actually sat on it, which is gone. I'll speak about this one in a little bit, called Willing Entanglement. But the one I actually wanted to talk about, which it's absolutely beautiful, and it just coincides with me and a few others seeing 11, the number 11, or 1, 11, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1, 1, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. This one is card 11, and it came out in my reading, so I thought, right, I'm going to read out the meaning, and I'm going to make a video about it. It's called Sunlight After Darkness, and I think it is actually quite reflective of where I think a few of us are right now on our healing journeys. And it says here, after a time of challenge and hurt, there comes a time when the sweet joys of life gently begin to return. They will steal into your life so quietly that for many, the signs of this beautiful change will go unnoticed. But with the turn of this card, you now know that the time of new light will be awakening in and around you now. If you tune in, you will begin to see the signs that there is a sweetness returning, that a smile or two fleets across your lips, that you awaken more easefully and greet the day with a sense that today will be kinder. Will be a kinder, better place than yesterday. You will notice others responding to you warmly and slowly. Oh, so slowly, you begin to believe that perhaps there is a way forward, and that you will once again find happiness. It is too soon to speak of being exuberant or enthusiastic, but this tender, very fragile new time will grow when you tend to it, when you encourage it, and when you begin to notice that you are at last healing from the wounds life has dealt you. There will be no going back to into the darkness. This is not temporary. You can trust this, and with your trust, it will gather strength and begin to take root. This sunlit time will grow brighter and become stronger as you feel it with your belief and gratitude. So do this. So do this, friend, and know that what was will never be again. For now, you are in the time of new light. Now, definitely, even if you're just on the beginning of your journey, healing journey, you might not notice certain things getting better, because we do have to take a conscious look at how we've improved, because we do tend to focus so much on the things that we can't do, things that, because we're people pleasers and things like that. We've been taught to believe that we're the problem. So when you start seeing just slightly different behaviour in yourself, handling things better than you would have before, you have to acknowledge it. You have to give yourself, and all those times before in your past where it was a problem, you need to tell them parts of you that, hey, look, we don't do that anymore. Look, have you noticed? It's like with me going out on New Year's Eve. I didn't notice until I got back just how easy it was. That I had no anxiety of just going out, having a night out on the town in the middle of Manchester that I've never been to before, with my daughter and some friends. No anxiety about going on the train, no anxiety at all. And I really didn't notice at the time, but you do have to tell the rest of your body and the rest of your memory that, yeah, look what happened, we don't do this anymore. Acknowledge it. And it helps all those parts of you that struggled with it for so long, that struggled with saying no, that struggled with being a people pleaser, that struggled with self-worth and self-love. They need to know that you have moved on, that you don't struggle with that anymore. We don't have that as a problem, and it puts them to sleep. It's like the terrified toddler that used to live inside me, who was the forefront of my actions on a daily basis. It was my natural response I got to the stage where it was my natural response to feel like a terrified toddler over everything. Somebody'd knock on the door, I'd be like, oh, who's that? And I wouldn't answer the door. Or if my phone rang, I'd jump, and I wouldn't answer the phone because I was too terrified. And I was an adult, 47, 48 years old, well, no, not so much last year, but the year before, definitely, I was still under that mental state, but with time it's switched. It's not my natural response anymore, it's not my normal daily function. My normal daily function has completely changed. The person I am now every single day has changed. But you have to acknowledge all these little things. Well, you've got to see them first. So it's nice just to look back and have a perspective on, this last year that we've had. What was you like at this time last year, this point last year? How was you? How far have you come? What do you no longer do? Or what are you still stuck in a cycle of? And why? What's going on that's keeping you in that cycle? Which then sort of like puts me onto this. Willing entanglement. As you can see, there is a woman bound you know, but she's happily sat there. You know, sometimes we have to see what we're entangled with, and how that is affecting our lives and affecting us. You know, is it helping us grow? Is it helping us move forward? Is it helping us heal? Is it helping us stay mentally well? Or is it causing anxiety? Is it causing loss? Is it causing distress, grief? You know, is it causing your life to be stagnant and moving back when you should be moving forward? You know, we do have to evaluate these things. It's like with me last year, you know, I got involved with people I shouldn't have got involved with again, but I was having my people pleasing tendencies triggered. I was enabling people to take advantage of me, by turning a blind eye, by ignoring their behaviour because I was too afraid of losing the relationship or losing the friendship, sorry. I was too scared of saying anything in case I pissed somebody off, you know. But at my own loss, I suppose, you know, I wasn't being who I should be, and it was affecting me because it was affecting me mentally, because it's like, Kaz, come on, you know what's going on, you know what's happening. Why are you doing it? But it was because the person was triggering my emotional response, my nurturing, people-pleasing, mothering nature, you know. And until I realised what was going on, I didn't realise that I was actually enabling somebody to carry on their behaviour towards me. And he actually said it was the reason that he actually did stuff, because people had enabled him to do it. You know, they didn't stop him, they didn't walk away, they didn't tell him about it, they didn't stand up to him. So, you know, he did it because he was allowed to do it. You know, people allowed him to do that. And I could see, it's like a kid in a sweet shop. You know, if you allow that kid to go and run riot and do what they want, they're going to eat and eat and eat until they throw up, aren't they? They're going to make themselves ill. They need the adult there to say, no, you've had enough now. Give it a break, you know, you're going to be poorly. And some people are actually trapped in that mentality. Oh, I'll take and take and take and take and take because nobody's stopping me, I'm allowed to. People are enabling me to behave like a twat, basically, like an idiot, you know, like a spoiled brat. Lie and do what I want to get what I want when I want, and if I don't get it, I'm gonna act like a kid. I'm gonna be nasty, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna make you pay, but you're enabling me to do that to you because you're still here for me to do it too. So, you know, it's like enabling and disabling cookies on your PC or on your phone. You know, if you don't want the cookies, you disable them. If you don't want to be abused, if you don't want to be used and manipulated, if you don't want to be in a situation where it's making you ill, then you remove yourself from that situation. You disable the other person from doing it as best as you can, usually from a distance. That's how I've found is best, is just to distance yourself as a human completely, emotionally and physically, and not look back. And when you do these sorts of things, it becomes second nature eventually. And you do think to yourself, why the hell did I stay there for so long? Why the hell did I let this person do this to me? But I didn't know any different at the time. My brain didn't have, you know, the penny didn't drop. But when it did, oh, it drops, and that aha moment doesn't go away, it stays. That's the new learning, that's the new understanding, and then your behaviour changes towards it. So when somebody phones you up, said, oh, blah, 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 putting on the victim mentality, feel sorry for me so you come and do what I'd like you to do, put me first and tend to my needs straight away, at the detriment to whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter, whatever you're doing doesn't matter. People will play on your emotions to get a response, to get a reaction, to get what they want, to feed their habits, to feed their motives, their intentions. And it's only when we stop doing this that they can't do it to us anymore, because they're just going to keep doing it and keep doing it if you let them, if you enable them. So yes, willing entanglement. Are you willing to be entangled with somebody that wants to pull on your heartstrings constantly, make you feel guilty, make you feel that you're to blame for every single problem that they have in their life, for every single reaction that they have, for all their habits, all their drinking, drugs, sex addictions, whatever, it comes in many forms. Are you going to enable somebody to carry on that behaviour towards you? I know I'm not. I'm not going to let anybody do that to me anymore. They have to get the things for themselves now, I'm not going to enable somebody to trigger past traumas in me just to please their own needs. It's not right, it's not good. But yeah, I have to remove myself from those people for them to stop it, because they won't stop it themselves. They haven't got that turn off switch, they haven't got the willpower. It just comes too easy to them, easy life. That's why they continue doing it. And it is only until we stop doing it and remove ourselves that they have to sit there and realise, oh shit, yeah, right, okay, I can't do that anymore. There's nobody there left to do it to. I'm all alone. What the fuck do I do now? Okay, maybe it's time to fucking grow up and actually start treating people with a bit of respect, and keeping the energy flow going instead of it all just being one way all the time. Some people will understand all this and grow, and other people won't. Some people are way too set in their own ways, and they do enjoy actually inflicting that much harm on somebody else to get what they want, my gran for starters, and my mum, they just can't stop what they're doing, they haven't got the brain power. If they're watching these videos that I'll be triggering them left, right and centre, my God knows what they've made up now if they have. If they have been watching these videos, but even them outside's laughing too. I really don't care, I really don't care what they think of me anymore. They've dragged my name through so many low places that it's all their own personalities and their own personas that they're projecting onto me. Who they make me out to be is the complete opposite of who I am, but it's the absolute truth of who they are. And you'll find that with anybody that pushes blame onto other people. They will blame everybody else for the things that they're doing, and for the way that they are, and the harm that they cause. They will never own up to it. And unfortunately, it's not just in the family setting or the relationship setting or friendship setting or work setting. It's in society setting. It's in the leaders of this world setting. Every single country. How can you put people in charge of people that don't give a toss about people, that don't even know how to how can I put it? if they had to save a nation's life by giving up their own life, they wouldn't do it. Somebody like me, if I was going to save a nation's life by giving up my own life, I'd gladly give up my life to save other people. That's the sort of person I am. I'm giving. I suppose I wouldn't actually know what I would do under the situation. I'd like to think that I'd give up my life to save a lot of other people's lives. But when it comes to certain personality types, it would be save themselves over and over and over again. Even if they wanted, the world's riches. they wouldn't kill themselves. They wouldn't kill themselves. They kill everybody else. It's just the way that they think. So different. But anyway, yes, I think I've waffled on enough about this now. Anyway, so I thought I'd do something different today instead of the positivity card. I thought I'd just show you how the universe works with entangling everything together. Well, this is how it's working for me anyway, so I can actually help other people, because we are all connected. We're all energy. We're all on this planet together, and if we're going to make it a better place, we have to help ourselves. And if we can't help ourselves because we've not got the knowledge, then the people that have the knowledge need to speak up and need to show everybody else, or guide everybody else in the direction that is for the greater good and for everybody else's good, not just for the few, like it is at the moment. It's all doom and gloom, and we're focused on that, and the normal person is the problem, when it's not. It's the other way around. It's the leaders that have full control of how this earth is worked, and by now, in this day and age, all these problems should be solved, and they're not. And there's a reason for it, and it's because of the type of person that's running everything, and the reasons why they're running. So until that's sorted out, we'll just have to keep healing each other, healing ourselves, and the world it will change eventually. It will. Things are changing already. The balance will tip in our favour. Balance will be restored one day, once all of us people pleasers and enablers stop enabling certain behaviours throughout society. I'm not going to enable myself to be used by anyone, no matter what their title is. It's my right to do what's best for me and to heal and to be productive in my own way. And I shouldn't have to feed the greedy people, narcissistic, toxic leaders, just to keep them happy in the lifestyle that they like, because that's all it is. That's all that all us normal people do, throughout this world. Work so many jobs, so many hours, get taxed so much, have to pay so much for everything. The price of everything's going up and up and up, and the only reason why it's happening is because we're allowing it to happen. We're enablers. We're enabling them to do it to us, because we're turning a blind eye. We're not speaking up. We're not doing what we should be doing for our basic human rights. They're causing harm, loss and distress, constantly, and they're not having to pay or to be held accountable for anything. They pay a fine. Wow, $100,000 fine or £100,000 fine to a billionaire. It's nothing, is it? It's nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a little slap on the wrist. That's all it is. There's no incentive for them to stop. And the only way to stop their behaviour is to stop giving to it, you know. We enable them to take from us. We need to stand up and stop enabling them. I don't want to be an enabler anymore, and I'm not. And it's a choice. So yeah, anyway, I'm just going to stop waffling because I need to get on with some homework now. Because I should have been at college today, but the teacher was off, so yes. So I can get my skills and move forward still. So sending you all lots of love and keep healing. Well done.